Hello everybody! Let's see if anyone tunes in. Hi everybody! Yay, people are coming! So my name is Bailey McCully. Hi! Thanks for coming to class. So this is Workout Wednesday with the Swing into Action. Hi Muriel. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Yay, thanks for coming everybody. I'm gonna wave at everybody. Wee. So this is Workout Wednesday with Swing into Action. If you haven't checked out their Facebook page, Cape Town Swing is raising money to help out people that are in need of medical care in South Africa. So you should go check them out. Hello! and donate if you're able to. I think it's a really good cause right now. So go check their Facebook page out. They've got information on how. Hi, thanks for coming. Yeah, they've got information on how to donate to this really important cause right now. So we're gonna hang out with some fast Charleston steps, get a little sweaty. Yay, first time ever, yay, yay, yay. So I'm a little bit new to the live teaching, so I'll ask for questions once in a while and just type them in comments and I'll try to make sure I get to anyone's questions. And yay, more people are coming. Yeah, so if you have questions, just type them in as a comment and I'll get to them as best I can. Cool, and we'll get started with just a nice and easy warm-up. Don't worry about getting things right, wrong, who cares? We'll just get the blood moving. This will be a kind of speedy class, so maybe grab some water and we'll get ready to dance. We'll start with the warm-up. I have a playlist that I'll link to in a comment in case you want to practice any of this later. And cool, yay, more people. So yeah, we'll start with a tune from Lil Hardin Armstrong. She's a great jazzy lady who was later in life wife to Louis Armstrong. And she's an incredible musician. You should go check her out. A lot of her stuff is on Spotify, but we're gonna dance to, we'll just do a warm up to one of her songs. And we're gonna dance to When I Went Back Home. So, just a warm up. Don't worry about getting anything right. Good, find your groove. Now we're gonna start with some kicking. Got some more people, yay, thanks for coming. All right, if you've just joined, this is Workout Wednesday with Swing Into Action by Cape Town Swing. You should go check out their Facebook page and donate to their cause. My name is Bailey McCully. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm very excited to be, yay, so many people. Hello, Lindy Fitness, hi Shelby. So yeah, let's get started with a couple of Charleston steps. We'll go through a couple of different steps, and we're gonna start with a really nice, a good way to annoy your neighbors if you've got downstairs neighbors. We'll start with a Charleston exercise to work on keeping this Charleston beat. You'll notice that when we were warming up, all of these kicks, my feet the whole time, we're keeping the beat for the rest of my body. So we're gonna do a quick exercise practicing that, because that's gonna be the baseline for all of these steps that we're gonna learn. So with Charleston, we have two basic things that for me make up the Charleston feeling. We've got this chunky rhythm that comes from this feeling, this emphasizing every beat, every single beat's important. And then while we're keeping the baseline in our body with every beat, we're emphasizing with the accenting appendages, legs and feet. We're accenting counts 1, 3, 5, and 7. So we're going to isolate just the bass beat, and we'll do that same song, When I Went Back Home by Lil Armstrong Harding, and we'll just work on that foot. A quick note before we get started with that, I'm really trying to keep the pogo stick feeling to a minimum, and I'm really trying to bring my foot off the ground, while the rest of me isn't. I'm not trying to float in the air, but I'm not trying to bring all of my body off the ground. That's a lot of work, so I'm trying to really make this efficient. We're going to try to dance to some faster tunes today, so we'll keep it really efficient. Yeah, we got comments? No questions yet? Cool, so let's get started. This is When I Went Back Home by Lil Armstrong. Hey, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. I'm going to turn around. Let's learn our first step. Hello, hello. Naturally occurring hearts request to be in your live video. I don't know what that means. I don't know how to do that. Sorry. All right, so let's learn a jazz step. We're gonna start with a step from the stew, the Mama Stew. So this is a dance that Mama Lou Parks created for her Mama Lou Parks dancers. If you haven't seen the stew, you should check it out on YouTube. It's this really crazy fast song, and there's this really crazy fast dance that goes along with it, and it's really fun. But we're gonna learn the first step of that dance, and that's a really great example of emphasizing the odd beats, 1, 3, 5, 7. And we did pretty much all of this stuff during the warm-up. So we're gonna do 1 kick, 2 kicks, 1 kick, 2 kicks. We have 1 kick, 2 kicks, 1 kick, 2 kicks. Yeah, so if you're familiar with the shim shim, it's the same rhythm in terms of body mechanics. We're just starting on 1 instead of 8. So we have 1 kick, 2 kicks. If you're a numbers person, it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Let's try that with a little bit of music. other than keeping that base beat with my feet, I'm really trying to think about letting my arms be really natural and loose. That also means when I'm doing 2 kicks on the same side, that means my arms are staying on this side of my body. They're not stuck. They do a little bit of moving, but I can use my upper body to remind my lower body what I want it to do, and that helps me a lot. So I'll do a couple facing this way and a couple facing away from the camera. Just because I'm turning doesn't mean you have to turn. And depending on what space you have to dance in, kick big or kick small. Don't kick your coffee table or your cat. And let's try out this stew step. The Mama Stew step. Again, that step was created by a dancer called Mama Lou Parks. You should go look her up. She's a really amazing person. And yeah, that was a step from her dance called the Mama Lou's Stew, or the Mama Stew, depending on your geographical location. It's called different things, but something Mama Lou's, Mama Stew, something like that. So let's move on to another step. We're just going to do classic Charleston. Yeah, more people. Hi, Mimi. Oh, yay. All right, so, cool. So we're going to learn a classic Charleston. It's going to start really similarly. I'm going to do it a little bit on a diagonal so that you can see the angles of what I'm doing. You can do this step facing whatever direction. But we're going to kick on one, just like the last time. And we're going to start actually with touches. We'll turn them into kicks later, but we'll start with touches. And we're going to touch 1, step 3, touch, step 1, 3, 5, 7, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step. This is a really basic Charleston shape, going kind of back and forth, replacing underneath yourself. So if you're maybe watching some flapper style stuff, this is the same footwork that they use, doing their sort of fanning feet with that flapper style. We're not going to do that today, but we're going to keep that same rhythm with a touch, step, step. But we're going to replace the touch with a kick. So we have kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. So we're going to add back in that bass beat with our foot. And you'll find that once we add in that bass beat, we have a little bit more energy, and so we're going to direct that energy into 2 kicks instead of 1 kick. So instead of stepping directly down, we're going to have a little bit of a kick in place. So we'll have, getting that rhythm here, we'll have kick forwards, in place, replace, kick back, and in place. Forwards, back, forwards, back. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. Now, depending on either your downstairs neighbors or the space that you have to dance in, pick whatever version of this basic Charleston you want to do. All of these are valid classic Charlestons. So let's put those together, and we're going to do a phrase of each. If you're new to jazz, the songs that I'm playing are all 32-bar swing songs. That's a really common way for songs to be formatted. So that means that there's 32 bars in the whole melody, and then the melody starts over. So the melody is usually broken up into 4 chunks, and each of those chunks is called a phrase. And it's just a whole idea, a whole musical idea, and we're gonna echo that with our dancing. So we'll do 4 of each Charlestons, because that'll end up being 4 8s each. Each of these steps that we've learned so far is 8 counts. So we'll do 4 stew steps. 1, 2, etc. And then we'll do 4 of our classic Charlestons. And we'll stick with this Lil Hardin tune for now, and then we'll slowly ramp up the speed. But let's try these 2 steps first. We'll do it 2 times in a row. I'm gonna turn around after the first time so that you can see what it looks like from the back. Yeah, and let me know if you need to see anything from behind. Hello? Yay, people joined. So, yes, we'll do once facing you, and then once facing away. Thanks for joining. All right, so that was our stew Charleston and our classic Charleston done in 1 phrase pieces. So let's move on. I have 1 more Charleston for us to learn, and that's going to be called crossover Charleston, and that looks like this. We're going to start with just some walking in place, forwards, backwards, stepping. Stepping on every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. Now I'm going to start picking up the back foot and giving a little twist so that you can see the bottom of my foot. I'm going to add a little bit of a kick. Kick, bop, kick, bop. My right foot starts to kick too. So I have 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. So that's our crossover Charleston. Start with whatever bit is working. Yeah, the stepping is still crossing. And really focus on your upper body. Your upper body is going to let this feel like it's crossing. So when I step across, I'm opening up my shoulders so that I can still be facing you all. And I'm facing front. So my body, just like with the Charleston, I'm doing the opposite of what my lower body is doing. Now since I'm crossing over with my body, with my right over left, I'm going to try to open up the other way so that I have this cross-body motion. So you can think about it a little bit like on the 1, you have surprise, yeah, aha. And I'm just letting my arms swing naturally. The faster I go, the smaller my arms tend to be, and the smaller the rest of my motions tend to be. So as we get a little bit faster, keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be giant, and especially if you're in your living room, your furniture and your cats might thank you if you're not flailing everywhere. So keep things contained as we get a little bit faster. So let's try this crossover Charleston step to a little bit of music. Here we go. Cross. Ha-ha. Surprise. crossover steps. Hi, folks that are joining. Awesome. So let me know if you have questions on any of those steps. Again, the ones that we learned were our stew step, our classic Charleston, and our crossover Charleston. So now we're just going to chat a little bit about, hey, we're going to chat a little bit about jazz structure. So we talked about jazz being a 32-bar swing song. Sometimes it's not, but right now all the songs that I'm playing are, and it's really common for them to be structured that way. So we have 4 phrases inside that 32-bar structure, and that means that we have 2 A sections, a B section, and then another A section. So we have 3 Charlestons, and we'll do those for each of the A sections. The A sections tend to be really repetitive. How do I change feet with the crossover Charleston? Do you mean changing feet like to go to the other side? Because you can do this on either side, right? Ha, 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 woo. And that's how I would do that. I would wait a beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I want to cross on 1. Is that what you were talking about? Helena Hoffmeyer? Yes, that is how I would do it, because I always want to cross my feet on 1. So this is, it doesn't necessarily have to be 1, but I want to think odd beat, cross. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's how I would change directions. Yeah, that's a cool thing to do. Man, I haven't done that on the left in a long time. So let's see. So we're gonna pattern our Charleston dance the same way that the song is patterned. So we'll take the B section and we'll do something a little bit different. So we're gonna hang out with a step called tick-tocks. And for the purposes of learning something pretty quickly, let's put our toes and our heels together. And tick-tocks for me are any step that involves your weight on your heels or your toes, and we're pivoting somehow. So these are tick-tocks. So you can go ahead and give those a try in your living room. There's a lot of different ways that you can do tick-tocks. I'm going to show them from the other side and then chat about some of the different ways you can use tick-tocks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The most common rhythm for a tick-tock is going to be to emphasize each beat, just like how we were emphasizing each beat with our standing foot in the Charleston. These can take on any kinds of rhythms. If you're a tap dancer, these are usually called crawls. And they can be a lot of different shapes. So they can be one-footed. You can use both feet, like we just practiced. You can also, instead of keeping the toes and the heels together, you can make some triangles. And in that way, I'm keeping one heel and one toe on the ground. So I'm bringing my heels together, and then my toes, and then my heels, and then my toes. Instead of thinking so hard about where your weight is, I would just think about bring your heels together, bring your toes together, because your body's really smart. It'll figure out how to do that. But there's so many different ways of doing tick-tocks. You can stagger things. You can have a lot of fun. So do tick-tocks however you would like. Hello. Thanks for joining. Do tick-tocks however you'd like, and that's going to be our B section. So we'll hang out with that same Lil Hardin song, and we'll do everything in almost the order that we learned them. So we have A, A, B, A for our structure. So we'll do our stew step, our classic Charleston. Then it's the B section. We're going to take a break from our Charleston, and we'll hang out with some tick-tocks. Just goof off, do whatever you want with your tick-tocks, and then we'll come back for crossover Charlestons until the end of the chorus, or the end of the melody section. So let's give that a try with that Lil Hardin song.
when I went back home.
Break time.
Now Mom said, yeah, come to the table and eat just what you rainbow. Lord, what this? I just bring some food back New York City. Never saw so many flowers before. Growing down one of the sands of door. I felt I never want to go no more when I went back home.
All right. Any questions? Can I show from the side too? Absolutely. Yeah, so we'll do this again to the same song one more time. And yeah, I'll show from the side and then I'll also show from the back in case that's helpful for, yeah, following along. So we'll do this 2 times in a row. You don't have to turn around. I'll do that. And yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see. Hope that answered your question, whoever. Whoop, heart rate going up. Yeah, Workout Wednesday. All right, so hi people that are joining. So we're gonna try that same combination to just a little bit of a faster tune. And I wanna point out something that I'm doing. Hopefully you could see it, especially as I showed from the side. But I talked about trying to be really athletic instead of like a pogo stick. So, I mean, pogo sticks are straight up and down. And I'm really trying to have a really athletic stance in my body. And that's gonna help me just be efficient in the way that I move. So to do that, I'm bending at my hips, I'm bending at my knees and my ankles, and that just lets me feel like I'm almost ready to run a race. So just like you would if you were getting ready to run a race, my arms are also really loose so that they can just help my body do what I'm asking it to do. They can help you balance whatever needs to happen. So, cool. So let me know if you have any questions, and we'll try this a little bit faster. If these steps are feeling pretty comfortable to you, see if you can really incorporate that athletic body, and especially if you have downstairs neighbors, that'll really help you cushion your standing foot, right? Because if I'm landing with all of my weight really hard, that's going to be a lot louder than if I have a little bit of a cushion. I'm in an echoey room, so it doesn't sound that different, but it'll help just a little bit. So let's try it to a little bit of a faster tune. I wrote the song down. Yeah, let's do Sweet Sue by Sidney Bechet. Like I said, I'll link to all these songs in a playlist after class is done in case you want to practice afterwards. So, yeah, hi. All right, so Sweet Sue by Sidney Bechet. focus on that athletic body, and we'll start speeding it up. Sweet Sue by Cindy Bechet. Yeah, woo-hoo-hoo. All right, so we're gonna speed it up just a little bit. I wanna just point out an idea that in between steps, you can take a moment to, just a little bit before the step starts, remind yourself which step is gonna happen. I'm saying them aloud. I don't know if you can hear me. The music is a little bit loud. So I don't know, type a comment if you can't hear what I'm saying, and I'll just stop. Or say stuff louder if it's helpful. So yeah, we'll try just a little bit faster, but in between steps, as you're reminding yourself, okay, which step comes next, try to remind your shoulders that they don't have to think that hard. Your brain's not in your shoulders, and a lot of people try to think really hard and the shoulders come up, and that's gonna really prevent your upper body from helping out yeah, you can hear me. That's gonna really help out your upper body if you can just let them relax, let your shoulders just do their shoulder thing. That'll let your upper body help your lower body do what you're asking it to do. So in between steps, just remind your shoulders to relax a little bit, and we'll try this to a little bit of a faster song. We're gonna try it to Somebody Loves Me. Okay, great, you can hear me. Awesome, good to know. So Somebody Loves Me by Benny Carter. Like I said, all these songs are gonna be in a Spotify playlist that I'll link to below at the end of class. So let's try this out to just a little bit of a faster song. All right, let me know if you have any questions about that, step order, little mini choreography. We're gonna move on just to another musical idea. If you're really new to solo jazz and you wanna keep just practicing these steps all in a row, do that. You can ignore these breaks, but yay! You're fantastic, yeah! So we're just gonna add on some breaks at the end of the phrases. All the phrases except for the noodle around TikTok phrase. That's up to you. Woohoo. So we're just gonna add on a break during the 4th 8 of each phrase. You'll hear in the music a lot of phrases are built this way. There's I'm doing jazz, I'm doing jazz, I'm doing jazz, I'm doing jazz, I'm really doing a lot of jazz, and now it's the end of the phrase, right? And it does something different at the end. So we're gonna do Charleston and then something different at the end of the phrase. So we're gonna start with a break for the stew step. There are a lot of really classic breaks that I would highly encourage you to go learn. However, with some of this faster music, I mean with any tempo of music, I think this is a fun thing to do, but especially with fast music, I want to do something that's going to match the energy that I'm already putting into the dancing that I'm doing. So instead of doing some classic breaks, I'm going to take the steps that we just learned and create breaks based on those steps. So we had our stew step for the first one. We have kick, kick, double, kick, 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 double, kick, kick, kick. And now here's the break. We're gonna kick, kick, cross, unwind. So let me count that and make sure I'm telling you the right ones. We have 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. And since the transition is going to be into our classic Charleston, that'll give us count 8 to step forwards so we can start kicking for those classic Charlestons. So I'm going to show that from the back so you can see. Let me know if you have questions. Nobody's got questions yet. So I'll show from the side and then the back. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3. Here's the break. We go kick, kick, cross, unwind. And from the back, 5, 6, here we go, we have a kick, 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 hey, hey, last one, now, here's the break, we go, kick, kick, cross, unwind. And since the music is really fast, with slower song, you could do a lovely, cross, unwind, have your lovely time. The music's really fast, so I'm really just jumping across and jumping to untwist. And I'm gonna find that the faster the music gets, the more I limit the time that my feet are touching the ground. So let's move on to the next one. We have our classic Charleston. Any questions? Cool. So our classic Charleston break is gonna be super simple. We're just gonna keep it kicking. So this is like our last Charleston. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. Just have a tiny tantrum with your foot and kick it on all the beats. And that's going to be our transition into our TikToks. Yeah, so we have 1, 3, 5, 7, and I usually like to hop into my TikToks because that means I cannot possibly be on the foot that I don't need to be on. And I'm just jumping to 2 feet. So, let's see. I'll show that from the other side. I'll show from the side and the back again, just the classic Charleston break. And I'm just going to show the last Charleston. You know what happens the rest of the time. We have kick, back, forward, back, and a kick, 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 kick. From the back. 1, 3, whoops. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. So like I said, just a tantrum with your right leg. Any questions on those breaks? So a thought on making your own breaks before we learn the very last break is you can take whatever step you're doing and just take a little piece of it and either repeat it, tweak it a little bit, But breaks don't need to be these magic, clever things, and they certainly don't need to be something that you have to learn in a class. I do encourage you to learn those classic breaks, but you can make your own, and they can fit the steps that you're using really nicely if you make them out of the steps that you're already dancing. So the next little piece that we would have done is our lovely TikTok time, and then we have our crossovers. We have crossover, and we'll just do the last 8, and I'll show and then break it down what we're gonna do. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I could keep doing something with my right foot since I'm standing on my left leg. So this step that I just did, this turn, maybe it looks familiar to you. It's from the trickeration routine that Norma Miller was really famous for teaching. So I would highly recommend you go and search out that routine if you don't know it yet. It's a really fun routine. This is just our trickeration turn. And I'm going to show the footwork, one's facing you and one's facing away, and I'm going to show it without the turn. So if this is a brand new step to you, I would really encourage you to take out the turn and just focus on learning the footwork. So I'm turning over my left shoulder, so if you want to think about rotating your brain in space while you learn the footwork, that's the way that I'm turning, over my left shoulder. Snaps are on your left shoulder. So I'm going to step, tap, hop, step, step, hop, step, tap, hop, step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to show it from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, tap, hop, step, step, tap, hop, step. So that's all of our breaks. I'm going to show, we're going to go backwards and go back to that slow-ish song that we did at the beginning. And then we'll slowly ramp things up. But like I said, if some of these steps are new to you and you just want to practice those steps over and over, you don't have to do the breaks. But if you're up for the challenge, we'll give it a go to these slower songs and slowly ramp up the pace. Don't forget that athletic body. That's going to be really helpful, and let's give it a go. Starting with When I Went Back Home by Lil Hardin Armstrong. Hey, here we go. Here comes the break. Kick, cross, on one. Here's the break. Hey, 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 hey. Now I'm on break. Come to the table and eat the bunch of rainbow. Lord, what's this? I took friends some food and cross over time. Never saw so many flowers before. Rolling down one of the damn door. I felt I never want from break time. All right, any questions? The trickeration one, I can do that again. Yeah, I'll show it from the front and the back. Let me know if you need a different angle or slow it down or anything. Hi, Rachel. All right, so the trickeration step without the turn, it was step, tap, hop, step, step, tap, hop, step. From the back, that looks like this. Step, tap, hop, step, step, tap, hop, step. You could do this in halftime as well if this step is like hurting your brain. So that would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7. That's almost harder. I'm not sure if I would recommend that as a balancing exercise, but you could do it at halftime. So I'll just show that turn 2 times. One's facing you and one's facing away. I have step, toe, hop, step, step, toe, hop, step. Facing away from you, it looks like this. Cross, toe, hop, step, cross, toe, hop, step. And it's faster than what I'm showing, but hopefully that helps. Got it, thanks. Yeah, awesome. So, how does someone request to be in your live video? What does that mean? I don't know how to do that. Sorry, Rachel, I don't know how to do that. Let's try a little bit of a faster tune. We'll try the Sweet Sue by Sydney Bechet, and we'll add on all those breaks. And let me know if you have any questions on those breaks, and we'll give it a go. Any questions from anybody? Cool. Got it, thanks, cool. Let's try it out to a little bit of a faster tune. We're gonna try it out to Somebody Loves Me by Benny Carter. I think we danced to this one already, but we're just gonna get a little speedier. Let's give that one a go. Any questions? I definitely forgot to do the break at the end. To beat lockdown blues. Yeah, beat the lockdown blues. Woohoo! All right, so we're gonna try to just a little bit faster of a song. Don't forget that athletic body hold. I'm definitely stalling for a moment to give myself a little break. Athletic body movement, and let your arms be nice and loose. And we're gonna try it to a song called, it's A Sin to Tell a Lie by Fats Waller. Like I said, I'll link to these songs below if you wanna practice these on your own time. But this is one of my favorite Fats Waller's tunes, so let's give that one a try. And yeah, Cool, cool. All right, we have one more song. I have one more song first. It's called Special Delivery Stomp by Artie Shaw. It's a pretty speedy one, so we'll give that a try. I'm gonna start facing away and then face you just to make it different. Yeah, I think that will be kind of the end. I don't have a watch. So let me know if you have questions. I'll chat a little bit about what we did during class if you came in late. They will post this video to their Facebook, I believe. So if you missed part of class, you can always revisit it that way. So yeah, let's give Special Delivery Stomp by Artie Shaw a try. This one's pretty speedy. I'll tell you the BPMs of the songs at the end if you want to know how fast you were dancing. But let's give this one a go. All right, yeah, Workout Wednesday. Hopefully you're a little sweaty, and hopefully you maybe learned something or at least got a good workout. Someone said, yay, feeling good right now. Yeah, different songs. I think that's a fun point. Like if you learn or make up something to a 32 bar song, you can dance it to any 32 bar song, and you can tweak it a little bit. I think you saw me change things a little bit just to match the music that I heard. Hope that wasn't too confusing. But yeah, I think that's a fun thing to do, is take a step or a little routine that you've made and try it out to different songs with the same structure, or even maybe songs with a different structure, and see what happens. So yeah, so the steps that we learned were the step from the Mama's Stew, the classic Charleston TikToks. And TikToks, like I said, just mean anything where your weight's sometimes in your toes and sometimes on your heels and you're moving around with your toes and your heels. Those are also sometimes called crawls if you are a tap dancer. And then we also did crossover Charleston. Thank you all so much for coming. Yeah, this was great. Ooh, yeah, you can see the sweat. Yeah, I hope you got a chance to check out their Facebook page with the fundraiser, the Swing Into Action page if you can. If you're able to donate to that, that's a really great cause to support. So yeah, once again, my name was Bailey McCully. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I post dance stuff almost every day with this quarantine, so you can check out my Instagram if you want daily inspiration or challenges. My Instagram is Snaily Bailey. And yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks. Yay. All right, well, I'm gonna sign off and I'll post that list of songs at the in the comments so that you can practice to those songs. Thanks everyone so much. Ending now.